Okay, so this video is about discussing the solution of the specific assignment. So if you have learned Verilog and test bench writing and some design examples, you should probably not jump to the solution part. You should you should pause it here, read the problem statement, and try to solve it yourself. And once you are done, then you can compare your results with the solution that I'm about to share. So now I'm jumping to the solution part. So the question is that if you have a 2 megahertz clock signal available, design a circuit diagram that outputs a single cycle pulse after every 10 milliseconds. Make a counter that increments on this 10 millisecond pulse and is cleared after every 100 pulses. So first part is this, that we want to generate a single cycle pulse after 10 milliseconds. So first we need to do some calculations that how many cycles of 2 megahertz clock will be there in a 10 millisecond pulse. So I'll just open the solution for it. So if we have a 2 megahertz clock, so that means its period is 1 over 2 megaseconds. So we know that period is 1 over frequency, so that is 0.5 microsecond. So for 10 millisecond, sorry. So for 10 millisecond, we have 10,000 microseconds. So we know that 10,000 microseconds is basically 0.5 microseconds into 20,000. So that means that for 0.5 microseconds, we need 20,000 cycles to complete 10 milliseconds. So what we need is we need a pulse at 10 milliseconds. So what we can do is we can start counting the clock cycles, and when they reach, let's say 20,000, then we can start the counter again, and every time it reaches 20,000 we can generate a pulse. That pulse will be of 10 that pulse will be automatically generated after 10 millisecond duration, because we are counting 20,000 cycles. So for counting 20,000 cycles, probably we should start from since we are starting from 0, so we should be clearing the counter not at 20,000 but 20,000 minus 1. So that's why you can see that in the design I've made a counter that is incrementing on every cycle, and whenever the counter reaches 20,000 minus 1, that is 19,999, it's cleared. And the next part is that we also want to make a counter that increments on this 10 millisecond pulse and is cleared after every 100 pulses. So again, I have need to make another counter, but that counter needs to be incremented not on 2 megahertz on every cycle of 2 megahertz, but on this pulse. So so this clear signal will be asserted after every 20,000 cycles. So this will be asserted on after every 10 milliseconds. So we can use this as an enable of this counter. So in this counter, we are incrementing it whenever there is this enable signal. So this enable signal is after 10 milliseconds, so it will be incremented after 10 milliseconds. So at the same time, we're asked to clear it every 100 cycles. Since it is starting from 0, so when we'll reach 99, and then there is also this pulse comes in after, because we don't want to clear it on exactly 99, because in that case it will be cleared as soon as it is 99, so it won't complete the whole 10 milliseconds for 99. It will just clear in one cycle of 20 megahertz clock. So instead of that, we have used this AND gate, so that whenever this is incremented from 98 to 99, the next enable will come after 10 milliseconds. So if that when that enable comes and the count is 99, then we'll clear it. So after 99, it will be automatically cleared to 0. So this is the design. So first part of the assignment was design, and basically design had was, if you see the mass distribution, it had more marks than writing the code, because writing code is a simple thing. So for writing code, we can have a we can create design.v. So I've written design.v. I've made its name design1 because design is probably a keyword. So I'll just change it to design1 instead. So this is design1.v. So here is the design. So all it needs is a clock to run, and there should be a reset. And we want this 10 millisecond pulse out of the clock, and also we probably want this counter out of our module. So here I have two inputs, clock and reset. And for 10 millisecond pulse and for this count, I have made them outputs. I've made it 7 down to 0 because we have to go up till 100, and if we have 8 bits, in fact, if I had 7 bits, it was still fine. Just I've made it 8 bits. You can make it 6 down to 0 as well. And but if you go below that, then we cannot go to 100 in those bits, because for 100 we need at least 7 bits. So the next thing is how to write code about it. So this is a counter. So I need to write code for a register. So I've already covered how to write code for in Verilog for a register. If you can go to the slides, I'll also share a link to these slides. So this is the way. Always at pause edge clock, if reset, then increment, else if there is enable, then we can have else if enable, then this thing. So what we want is that it should be reset whenever there is a reset signal or this clear signal. So I have written this code that always at pause edge clock, if there is a reset or a clear signal, then count should be 0. So this count is basically this register, and secondly, otherwise I just want to increment it on any cycle. So this clear count signal is this signal that should be inserted whenever I reach 19,999. So to make this comparator, I have just written this code. Always at static clear count is equal to count equal to 19,999. I've made it 16-bit, although probably we can go in 15 bits as well, but in 16 bits we can go plus minus 32k if it's a signed number. Otherwise we can go to 0 to 16k. So this is the safe range, so that's why I've written 15. You can probably use 14 as well, it doesn't matter. So whenever it is this value, it will clear this register. So this will make this register, and this clear is also enable of this second register, and also it's ended with the clear of this register. So in the second register, I named it count 10 millisecond. So that's why it is reg, because I am assigning it in always at pause edge clock, so that needs to be declared as reg. So this register needs to be incremented whenever there is this enable signal, and this enable signal is clear of the previous counter. So this clear is the enable of this counter. So that's why I have this else if. So whenever I need an enable, I put else if, and then I put the enable signal here. So this will be incremented on this value, and it will be cleared whenever there is a reset or there is this signal clear count that I have declared here, and this is driven from this AND gate. To make this AND gate, I've written this code always at static. I just want to AND two things. So that is also covered in the Verilog slides in the start, that if you want to AND things, we can do A is equal to B and C and D. So so here we are doing A and B, but the second input is coming from a comparator. If I come to the solution, it's coming from comparator. So I've instead written count. This count is equal to 99 and clear count, and that's I'm making this gate. The next thing is writing a test bench for it to test it. So this is a very simple circuit. It doesn't require any other input than clock and reset. So here is the test bench. I've just instantiated the design, generated a clock, generated a waveform file, and after reset I just went through a lot of cycles, and then I just finished the simulation. So after every 20,000 cycle, I should get this pulse, and after 100 such cycles, this count should be cleared. So it should go from 0 to 99, 0 to 99, and so on. So to test it, I can open the solution. I will press Shift and open a power window here. And to compile it, I can just use maybe. Hi Verilog. minus O output. I can give an output file, so maybe pb design.vvp, and I want to compile all files. So I have two Verilog files, test bench and design. I want to compile them. So these are compiled. Now I want to run it. So vvp and this file that is just generated, I just run it. So it will take a while because there are a lot of cycles that I have passed, and I need to pass a lot of cycles because I want to see whether this counter gets reset when it reaches 100. So for every 20k cycle, this increments by 1. So every 20k into 10 into 100 cycles, it should be reset once. So that's why it's taking time. So now it's completed. So I can view the file. I think it was wave.vcd. Okay. So I'll append the signals. So it's a relatively big file, so it's taking a bit of time. So here we can see that the clock is running, and here is our main counter. If I just zoom in here, sorry, I just was so if I zoom on the first transition here, you can see that count value goes from, maybe I should view it in decimal. Uh, when it goes from 0 to 1, the count value is 19,999, and after every, let's say if I zoom in on any value, any transition, you'll see that it just 19,999 and it resets to 0. And on every such transition, I get this pulse 10 milliseconds. Sorry, where is it? My pulse. Yeah, this clear count. Why I am not getting any pulse? Okay, so there is a bug here. So I haven't tied pulse 10 millisecond to anything, right? Okay, so I should actually, this clear count should have been this pulse 10 milliseconds. So what I'll do is I'll just write another statement, always